So good afternoon students. So already we had finished over the economics lesson production. Is it no? I hope you all studied that lesson. So just read the lesson and I want to underline that. Okay. So today we are going to see the history third lesson unit 3. Before that I need to ask whether you're fine and I hope that you are following me and studying all the lessons. Okay. So see here, unit 3, that's the emergence of new kingdom in South India. That means later Cholas and Pandyas. Okay, so that only we are going to see in this lesson. So already in the previous lesson also we had studied about the emergence of new kingdom in North India. So in that we had seen about the Chalukyas, Rashtrakutas, Pallavas, everyone. Okay, so how the Arab also came to our India. Everything we had seen in the previous lesson. But this lesson we are going to see only the origin of later Cholas and later Pandyas and about the prominent rulers. So ruling both the Cholas and Pandyas and moreover their administrative system and their social, economic, cultural development and their region. So it's a very simple lesson. Okay. So first, before that we need to see that the later Cholas. First we are going to see the later Cholas. So the Cholas were one among the popular Tamil monarchies. So they are the feudatories of the Tamil monarchies. Okay. So moreover their main work is extensive irrigation network. Okay. So they had built so many of the temples and their great attributions to art and architecture and their overseas exploitation. That means their trade, their maritime trade, and they give you preeminent historical in the ancient history. Okay, so already I told about that in the previous class itself. So how the other kingdom from the other nation they came to our India means by attracting by the various temples and our the monasteries and wealth in our India. That is the main thing, is it no? So moreover they were attracted by the so many of the architecture and art. Okay, so mainly they came for the they came for the trade only. After that only they slowly by slowly they attack and invaded our India. Okay, so revival of the Chola period, revival of the Chola rule. See, the ancient Chola kingdom was started from the origin of Kaveri Delta. Kaveri Delta. So, moreover, it's present Urayur. We call it as a Tiruchirappalli. Tiruchi, is it no? So, it starts from the Tiruchirappalli as its capital. So, what is the main prominence during the region of Karigala? Okay, so same thing, it's a prominent region of Karigala as well as it declined under his same successors only. Okay, so here how it started means in the 9th century, Vijayalaya ruling over a small territory. Vijayalaya ruling over a small territory. Moreover, in the near to the north of Kaveri Delta in the Chola dynasty. Okay, so he conquered the Tanjore and he made it as a capital also. So what is the first capital? Tiruchirappalli. Okay, so he conquered the Tanjavur and made it as his capital. Later, Rajendra I and his successors ruled the empire from Gangaikonda Cholapuram, the newly built capital. So how many capital they had changed here? 3 capital, is it no? First one, Tiruchirappalli, it's at Urayur, and later they had changed to the Tanjore. Okay, so after that, Rajaraja I, he was the most powerful ruler of the Chola Empire and he is very popular beyond the times. Okay, so he established the Chola authority over the large parts of the South India. That means he invaded and attacked the Chola Empire, mostly Chola Empire, and he moreover ruled beyond the South India. Okay, so he much acclaimed the naval expedition led to the expansion of Cholas into the west coast and Sri Lanka. So what is meant by the naval expedition means trade. Okay, overseas trade. They make over the trade through the sea contact. Okay, to west coast and Sri Lanka. and he built the famous Rajarajeshwar temple in Tanjavur. So just underline, now we say it as a Brihadishwara temple in Tanjavur. So it's a very famous temple, you all know that, is it no? So his son and his successor Rajendra Chola I, he matched his father in his ability to expand his empire. Okay, so in the previous days, how they are expanding the empire means not only through the war. So moreover, they are attacking some other countries and they invaded through the war. It is one type. So moreover, they make some matrimonial alliances, marriage alliances with some other kingdom. Okay, so that is it. The Chola Empire remained a powerful force in South India during his reign. So while in the period of Rajendra Chola I, moreover, this empire is in a powerful force in South India. Okay, and see here. So after his succession, his striking military expeditions was to North India. Okay, so already we studied in the previous lesson itself, we had studied about that Rajendra Chola give a vast attack to the Chauhan dynasty, Singharaji. So he cannot be able to extend his kingdom. We already said, is it no? So saying that his striking military expedition was to North India. He moreover, he make his attack through over the North India. Okay, and he captured much territory there also. Okay, he proclaimed themselves the Gangai Kondan. So why he proclaimed himself means he make a war against the Gangai Konda Cholapuram and he win and he took over the part of Gangai Kondan. So he himself give the title of Gangai Kondan. Okay, that means to enjoy the victory of conquering the Gangai region. Okay. So the Gangai Konda Cholapuram temple was built to commemorate his victory in North India. Now also in Tanjore, if you are seeing the Gangai Konda Cholapuram, it looks same like the Brihadishwara temple of Tanjore. Okay, so to commemorate his victory, to enjoy his victory only, he built over this temple. Okay. The navy of Rajendra Chola enabled him to conquer the kingdom of Sri Vijaya, that means southern Sumatra region. Okay, so Chola's control over the seas facilitated a flourishing overseas trade. Moreover, not only the northern kingdom, and he also make over the success in the Sumatra region also. Sumatra, now we say it is a Sumatra island, is it no? So, okay. And declining of the Chola Empire. See, Rajendra Chola has three successors. Successor means followers, and moreover we can say it as a small kingdom under his rule. Okay, small king under his rule. So decline of the Chola Empire. Rajendra Chola, three successors were not capable rulers. They are not very efficient. Okay, so the third successor, who is it means? Veera Rajendra's son Adi Rajendra. So in Tamil we say it as Adi Rajendra. He was killed in the civil unrest. Okay, civil unrest. So moreover, after his death, moreover the Vijayalaya line of Chola rule come to the end. Okay, so how many kings they had ruled over this Chola Empire? First one, Raja. After that, Rajendra I, Rajendra Chola. And moreover, the last was Veera Rajendra's son, Adi Rajendra. Okay, after that, he was declined. The kingdom was declined. So already I said about the matrimonial alliances, is it no? So moreover, these matrimonial alliances between the Chola and the eastern Chalukyas began during the reign of Rajaraja I. Okay, so how they make over the matrimonial alliances means his daughter Kundavai he married to the Chalukya prince Vimaladitya. Okay, so Kundavai was married to the Chalukya prince Vimaladitya. So their son was Rajaraja Narendra, who married the daughter of Rajendra Chola named as Amanga Devi. Okay, so their son was Kulatunga I. So just underline that Amanga Devi daughter of Rajendra Chola, and son was Kulatunga I. Okay. So up to that we had seen about the declination of the Chola Empire. Okay. So now we are going to see. So on hearing the death of the Adi Rajendra, who is Adi Rajendra here? Who is Adi Rajendra? So the last king of the Chola Empire, he is Adi Rajendra, and he was killed under the civil unrest. So already we had seen, is it no? So by his death only, moreover, the Chola period come to the end. Okay. So on hearing the death of the Adi Rajendra, the Eastern Chalukya prince, that means Rajendra Chalukya, he seized all the Chola throne and began the rule of Chalukya Chola dynasty. Okay, so who is it? Kulatunga I. He heard the death of the Adi Rajendra I, and he seized the Chola Empire, and he is already the Chalukya prince, is it no? So moreover, he joined the Chola and Chalukya dynasty and set as a Chola Chalukya dynasty. Did you understand this? Okay, so Kulatunga established himself firmly on the Chola throne and soon eliminating all the threats to the Chola Empire. Did you understand that? He take away all the power of Chola throne, but he didn't make over any eliminations. Moreover, he make over the threats to the Chola Empire. Okay, so he avoided the unnecessary wars and earned the goodwill of his subjects. But he got the very good name to the people. Okay, so but Kulatunga, he lost all the territories in the Ceylon. Moreover, the Pandya territories also began to slip out from the Chola country. Okay, so Kulatunga, he is not a perfect king. Moreover, he didn't make out any war, but he earned the goodwill to the people. Okay, so moreover, he lost all the territories. So the Pandyan territory also began to slip out of the Chola control. Okay, so Kanchipuram also lost to the Telugu Cholas. The Telugu Cholas occupy the Kanchipuram. So this year 1279 marked the end of Chola dynasty when King Maravarman Kulasegaran Pandyan I defeated the last king Rajendra Chola III. Just underline that. Maravarman Kulasegara Pandyan, he is the Pandyan king ruler. He defeated the Rajendra Chola III. Okay, so he established the rule of the Pandya kingdom in the present day Tamil Nadu. Did you understand that? Okay, so Rajaraja I, he make over the empire in a very strong mood, but who defeated Rajendra Chola III? He was not a powerful ruler. Moreover, he lost all the dynasty, and moreover, he defeated by the Pandya king Maravarman Kulasegara Pandyan. Okay, after that, moreover, the Chola dynasty come to the end. Okay, so next we are going to see the administration. So Museum. So means administration, the central administration was in the hand of king. That means the king has only power to make over all the decisions of the administration. Okay, so as the head of the state, the king only enjoyed the enormous powers. So whatever powers, what is the rules and regulations need to start, only the king having the rights to start over that. Okay, the king's order were written down in the palm leaf by his official or inscribed on the temple walls. So whatever thing the king need to tell over to the people, it was inscribed, written in the palm leaf, and moreover it will be inscribed in the temple wall. So the people need to see the temple wall and they need to denote whatever that king was ordered. Okay, so the kingship was hereditary in nature. So no other captain or no other people can able to rule over the king. Only the king's hereditary will be rule over the nations. So the ruler selected his eldest son as their apparent. Apparent means, so in Tamil we say it as a varisu. Okay, so he only able to rule over the king. he was known as the Yuvaraja. Please underline that. The king was called it as a Yuvaraja. So Yuvaraja was appointed as governor in the provinces mainly for the administrative training. Okay, so see here. So the Chola rulers established a well-organized system of administrations. Okay, so they used the well-organization system. The empire for administrative convenience was divided into provinces or mandalams. Okay, mandalams, we call it as a state wise, is it no? Tamil Nadu, Kerala, like that they divided into a separate mandalam. So each mandalam was subdivided into nadu. Okay, so within that each nadu there were many kurams means group of villages. Okay, the lowest unit was the gramam, that is village. Okay, so mandalam, first itself mandalam means they separated into the different kinds of nadu. After that these nadus, mandalam was subdivided into nadu. That nadu is called as the district. Okay, so each districts they were divided into kuram means cluster of villages, group of villages. So we are say it as a town or cities, is it no? That is called as the kurams. And the lowest unit was gramam, that is village. Okay, so up to that we had seen over this lesson. Just read it and just underline that, so we can see over in the next class now. Okay, and moreover just underline whatever the king, first king and the last king who ruled over this India. So moreover this lesson is very easy, just make it underlining words. Okay, thank you. We can see over in the next class. Thank you, ma.